They're up there. Got it.
Good evening, Rouse Raider baseball fans, and welcome to Raider Baseball. It's baseball time in Texas as your Rouse Raiders are set to take on the Mavericks of McNeil High just a little ways down the street. Mostly from us, it's Ronald Reagan. Then you cross over 1431, which is known as Whitestone Boulevard, and it becomes Palmer Lane. And take McNeil, turn left, and the high school will be there on the left. Well, hello, Mr. Scott Mount. How are you doing, sir?
How y'all doing?
One of our alumni parents, Scott Mount, former Booster Club president. We're set to get things underway here. Due up first for McNeil. We'll go over the lineups here in just one moment. Number 26, Ryan Morin, the center fielder. On the bump tonight for the Raiders, number 42, Jack Knight. He goes into his windup. He delivers high for ball one. Nothing in one, the count for the Raiders. For Morin. Batter calls time, no pitch on that one, so we'll go through the defensive order for the Raiders. Jack Knight on the mound, Keegan Solomon behind the plate, number 22, Trevor Bradley at first, number 7, Ryan Galloway at second base, number 17, Colby Diaz at third base, number 23, Lucas Sparshoe. That pitch in for a strike. That will even the count at one. Number 23, Lucas Sparshoe at short. In left field, we have number 8, Oscar Salazar. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
We got a 2-2 count.
2-2 is the count to Ryan Morin. Knight winds and delivers into the dirt for ball 3, and Morin has worked it into a full count. In center field, Jake Alepa. And in right field, number 34, Colin Correjo. On deck, Ryan Vatchik for the Mavericks. Swung on and fouled out of play. The count remains full. A beautiful night for baseball. Wind blowing out of the south. Knight delivers. This is cut on and hit over to short. Sparshoe has it. The throw over to first is wide of the bag, and that will go down as an E6 on the throw from Sparshoe. And it went into the dugout, so they awarded him second base. That will bring up Ryan Vasic. Vasic, the third baseman for the Mavericks. He lays down a bunt. Back to Knight. Knight throws over to first, and he throws it over the first baseman. That will allow Morin to run. And Vasic's around second on his way to third. And the Raiders with 2 critical errors. Will be go down as an E1 and an E6 that allowed Morin to get on base and to eventually score. Ryan Vasic at third as number 18, Chris Windesman. He's the pitcher for the Mavericks. This is cut on and hit into the gap into left. And Vasic scores, putting 2 on the board. Raiders down quickly 2-0 here in the top of the first.
That was quick. Boy.
1 on with no outs. 2 runs have scored. 1 hit so far, and that was off the bat of Chris Windesman. Picks up the RBI. Knight from the stretch. Fastball bounces away from Solomon. It's to the fence. Windesman over to second base on the wild pitch. Coach Harris calls time to come and speak with his young hurler. Knight, just a sophomore. A rocky start in the second game. Rouse comes into tonight's game 12-1. They dropped the earlier game to College Station 11-5. It's the first loss on the season for the Raiders. McNeil lost to San Antonio Reagan just before this game, 6-1, and they're 2-1 on the, or 2-11 on the season. Rouse in their Vegas gold tops with cardinal lettering. White pants. Mavericks in their navy tops. White lettering, white pants. The 1-0 pitch. It's cut on and missed for strike one. Pitch misses low for ball one. Knight spins off and looks Windesman back to second base. Jackson Collins at the plate, the first baseman for the Mavericks. The 2-1 pitch, it's in on the hands and fouled off into left field territory. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Collins. We do have activity going in the Raider bullpen. The 2-2 pitch. This is cut on and hit down the third baseline. Bounces over the outstretched hand of Colby Diaz. That'll allow Windesman to score. And McNeil out to a quick lead, 3-0 over the Raiders on the double from Collins. Three runs on 2 hits, 2 errors so far in the top half of this inning. Knight toes in on the rubber, comes set, he deals, swing and a miss from number 27, the designated hitter, Lance Balius. Nothing in 1 to count to Balius. Knight delivers, this is cut on and hit foul out of play. 0-2. Got a pretty good turnout here tonight. The 0-2, the throw back to second as Knight spun off, and luckily Sparshoe was there to cover, or else it was headed to center field. Collins definitely back in time. He didn't even have to slide in. The 0-2. This is cut on and hit foul back to the fence, and the count will remain 0-2. Knight has a sign from the stretch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Solomon has it, throw over to third, is out of the hands of Colby Diaz, and that will let everyone safe on the fielder's choice. And that will go down as an error, and it was in the glove of Diaz, so that will go down as an E5.
You know, these are the type of innings we just got to get out of. Just get an out anywhere you can. Get an out.
Out of form baseball for the Raiders with
Yeah.
3 errors in the top half of the first.
Ooh.
And a throw down to second goes into center field. That'll allow another run to score. That'll go down as a throwing error on the catcher as an E2. Runner at third. Pitch misses for ball 1 as number 1, the left fielder, Jack Goins, stands in, digs in from the right side. Delivery from Knight misses outside for ball 2. Maybe a little too early to say the wheels have fell off, but pitch misses inside for ball 3, and Goins with a, how do you call that, a strike? Never mind. Make that 2-1. This is hit into the gap, and I mean, they are just hitting the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
And Raiders down 5-0 here in the top of the first. And that is going to do it for Knight.
No outs. Ouch.
He will not get credited for any work, as he did not get an out. 5 runs have scored off of 3 hits, 3 errors. As my favorite baseball broadcaster of all time, Mark Holtz, used to say for the Texas Rangers, and this is getting ugly in a hurry.
It never was on the tracks, was it?
Never did quite get there.
Wow.
Had critical throwing errors.
Yeah, the support was just not there for Jack tonight. Best thing you could do is pull him at that situation and go for another one. This is James Hunt on the mound. He's a senior. I believe he is 1-0 on the season. He may be 2-0 on the season now.
Number 21, James Hunt. Comes in relief of Jackson Knight. See if the Raiders can regroup, and you're definitely going to need some offensive help to dig out of this hole.
They have the firepower and the bats to do it. I've seen it this year. But to dig a hole at 5-0 is a tall task. And we still got the rest of the inning. We have 3 outs to get in this inning.
Right.
That's
going to bring up the number 7 hitter, number 28, Garrett Banks, the catcher for the Mavericks. Hunt comes set. He delivers. That's in for a called strike. As he paints the left corner. Out middle out. Pitch from Hunt, swing and a miss. Little high cheese. Pick up that strike, and Banks quickly in an 0-2 hole. Definitely needs some positivity right here.
Yeah.
Hunt from the stretch. Throws over to first. Throw not in time as Goins dives back in. Pitch in the dirt. Throw down to first as sails over the head of Trevor Bradley. Throw to second, and that will allow Goins go down on the E2. Raiders with uncharacteristic 4 errors. In this top half of the first.
Whew.
Very surprising.
Who'd have seen this coming? Nobody. They're just
1 ball, 2 strikes to Banks. Hunt delivers, swing and a miss, and that will do it for Banks on the first out of the inning. That will bring up the number 8 hitter, the second baseman, number 17, Gavin Vinoy. One on with 1 out, a runner at second base in the form of Jack Goins. Pitch from Hunt, high and inside for ball 1. He tried to deliver a curve and lost the handle.
There's a good pitch.
Pitch from Hunt. Nice looking little breaking ball. Paints that outside corner. Another pitch, fastball in for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Vinoy. Pitch from Hunt. This is cut on and hit out toward right field. This is going to drop in, a Texas leaguer. That'll be a base hit. The throw home will hold Goins at third base on the single from Vinoy.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit them. Sometimes it's where you hit them, right?
That's exactly right. And the 9th batter of the inning comes to the plate. Number 2, Sam Cabaney. Shortstop for McNeil. 2 on with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Hunt from the stretch. Hunt from the stretch. Pitch. In for a strike. Nothing in 1, the count to Cabaney. Pitch misses down and away, and that will even the count at 1. The Raiders have their work cut out for them. The 1-1, the throw will be home, and he's going to be safe as he slides under the tag. The throw was high from Ryan Galloway, and that allows Goins to score. And Vinoy picks up a stolen base. Hunt toes in. He checks back a second. He deals. Misses low. for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sam Cabaney. Vanoy at second. The 2-1 pitch misses inside for ball 3. Raiders struggling to find an answer here. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, this is cut on. It's popped up, playable. Jake Alepa comes in on it, makes the grab on the fly out to center.
Good play by Jake out there. Had a long way to run.
That'll bring up Ryan Morin back to the top of the order. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was down and away. Morin batting for the second time in the inning. He reached on an error from a throw from Lucas Sparshew over to first. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 2. Pitch was down and in as Morin chased. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on a high fastball for strike 3. And that will do it for the Mavericks in the first, but the damage is done. They put 6 runs on the board and 4 hits, and the Raiders with 4 errors. 1 left on after 1 half. It's 6-0 Mavericks, all Mavericks so far. Raiders have a huge hill to climb.
They need to get back in that dugout and just regroup right now and just play it from here. Try to win every pitch.
And we want to thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis alongside Steve Kidhill. I believe we've got all our bugs worked out. We have a new computer and things look a little better. Sounds better, and hopefully we won't run into any snafus.
I'm just glad to have my maiden voyage broadcast done and over with.
Right.
That was.
No, but it's all good. It's all fun.
All fun and games, right?
Defensively for the Mavericks, starting pitcher for tonight, number 18, Chris Windesman. Behind the plate, 28, Garrett Banks at first base. Number 24, Jackson Collins at second base. Number 17, Gavin Vanoy. At third base, number 9, Ryan Vosick. At short, number 2, Sam Cabaney. In left field, number 1, Jack Goins. In center field, number 26, Ryan Morin. And in right field, number 12, Connor Copeland. Connor is being hit for tonight by the designated hitter, Lance Balius.
He'll get a kick out of that.
Aggies baseball for Sanford 0. Aggies 4, Sanford 0. For those keeping score of, or wanting to keep up with the score of the Ags tonight, that was courtesy of Scott Mount. And we're set to get back underway. Jake Alepa comes to the plate. Leading off for the Raiders, Keegan Solomon on deck, followed by Oscar Salazar. Windesman from the windup, he deals a fastball. This is cut on and popped up and hit out toward left field. Goins over, makes the catch, and that will do it for Alepa. He jumps on the first pitch for out number 1.
Uncharacteristic of Jake to see 1 pitch. He's usually seeing 8 to 10 pitches.
He usually goes by the rule to let the first one come by, and he
yeah.
jumped on that one early. And you see a hanging fastball like that, and it just looks like meat, and you're going to chop wood. That will bring up the catcher, Keegan Solomon. Pitch from Windesman, strike. Fastball down the middle. Nothing in one, the count for Solomon. The 0-1 pitch. This is cut on, hit down the third base line into fair territory. Vosick has it.
No,
it's called foul. I guess he had a foot in foul territory.
Got hit his toe in the batter's box. So.
Oh, okay. All right. It fouled off of him.
Fouled off.
All
of
right.
Him, yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Because that was going to be a can of corn for for Vosick.
He's shaking that one off a little bit.
It gets you in on the toes. That's ouch.
Yeah.
That's got to hurt. You think of it like taking a hammer and tapping yourself on the toe, or getting hit on the foot, or maybe dropping a weight on your foot with the force of the speed
on the
of the
toenail?
ball coming off the bat like that.
Anything on the toenail, man, that's not good.
0-2 the count for Solomon. The pitch is cut on and hit out to the gap in left center. This is going to fall in for a stand-up double for Keegan Solomon. And the Raiders have a runner in scoring position. And the double from Keegan Solomon.
Keegan continues to swing a hot bat. I think he had 2 hits in the early game today. Another one of those seniors.
Sam Walsh, courtesy running for Solomon, the catcher. And that will bring up the left fielder, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Oscar Salazar with a good bat last night. On deck will be the cleanup batter, third baseman, 17, Colby Diaz. One on with one out here in the bottom of the first. Raiders desperately needing some offense. Windesman from the stretch. The pitch, fastball down the middle for strike one. Nothing in one, the count to Salazar. Windesman looks back at Walsh. He gets the outside corner for strike two. Salazar in a hole quickly, 0-2. Rouse trailing this one 6-0 here in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch inside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Oscar Salazar. Pretty good breeze blowing out of the south from right to left. The 0-2, that's in the dirt for ball 2.
That's a hard pitch to lay off of. Good job by Oscar, the freshman.
Windesman has the sign. He checks Walsh back at second. The 2-2 pitch. That's off the glove of Banks to the wall, and that'll move Walsh over to third on the wild pitch. Salazar has worked the count full. Windesman from the stretch. The payoff pitch is a cut on, a bouncer over to short. The throw over to first in time as Kubani Fields it makes the throw over. It looked like it was pulling Collins off the bag just a bit. The umpire calls him out. Coach Crimpine out to talk to the umpire about it. And so they're going to discuss. You seldom see these calls ever overturned.
Yeah, I was going to say, other than if he did get pulled off the bag, but they're not going to. Very rare. They're going to. Yeah.
And there was an RBI for Salazar.
They desperately needed the run
on the
in this
fielder's
inning.
choice. And that'll go 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. Nobody on for Colby Diaz as he stands in. Pitch outside for ball 1.
I imagine they're going to pitch Colby pretty careful here. They can't give up a home run or anything.
The 1-0 pitch, that's cut on and fouled back to the fence for strike 1. That'll even the count up at 1.
That was a mighty cut that he took right there.
It really was.
He's
reminiscent to me of the same type of build as Jared Southard.
Yeah.
Nobody on with 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch from Windesman. This is cut on and hit out towards left. Goins over, makes the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders in the first. Raiders put 1 on the board. He had 1 hit, 1 run. Nobody left on, no errors. And after 1 complete, it's 6-1 Mavericks.
I think the key to this game is for Rouse to stop the bleeding here. Got to stop the bleeding. No more runs for the rest of the game, just about. And then, keep putting on 1, 2, 3 runs an inning. Try to come back on this.
James Hunt back on to pitch the second. Hunt coming in relief of Jack Knight back in the first. McNeil put 5 runs on the board. And Coach Crimpine had decided that he had seen enough and he had to make the change. Not that it was really all the blame of Jack Knight, as errors were made, critical errors, that allowed runners to get on base and then allowed runners to go extra bases. Due up for the Mavericks in the second, Vosick, Windesman, and Collins.
We have to shore up the defense. It has to make the routine plays.
Well, you've played stellar all season long, and maybe they're reeling a little bit from the first loss of the season versus College Station today. Vosick stands in. One pitch, a swing and a miss. A nice breaking ball off the hand of James Hunt. The 0-1, that's inside in the dirt, bounces away from Solomon to the fence, and that will even the count up at 1. Hunt pitching from the stretch. The 1-1, this is cut on and hit out to dead center. Alepa takes 3 steps up, makes the catch. And that will retire Vosick for out number 1. Chris Windesman comes to the plate. Windesman 1 for 1 with a single, an RBI single in the first. Hunt picks up the sign from Solomon. He deals a fastball down the middle for strike one. Looks like he's starting to settle in pretty good, Steve.
Yeah, he's starting to find a groove.
The 1-1 loses the handle on the curveball, sails outside. Actually, that's for ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the second, with the Mavericks leading this one 6-1. Pitch from Hunt, breaking ball, gets the outside corner. Might have been a little generous on the call, but Hunt will take that.
I like how you put it, a little generous.
1-2, the count to Windesman. The pitch, foul tip into the glove of the catcher, and that will ring up Windesman for the strikeout. 2 away as Jackson Collins will come to the plate. Collins with a double back into first, and he came around to score on two throwing errors. Pitch in for strike one. The 0-1 from Hunt. Hunt pitching exclusively from the stretch as Collins takes for ball one. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Hunt comes set. And he delivers. Breaking ball is cut on and hit up the middle. This will be a base hit for Collins. And you can see the reason why he is batting cleanup.
He's a good little hitter there.
2 for 2 on the night for Collins.
Hit the ball on the nose both times.
1 on with 2 outs for the designated hitter, Lance Balius. Pitch from Hunt. That's hit over to third. Diaz has it, throws over to first, and that will do it. That will go 5-3 on the fielder's choice. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left on. After 1.5, it's 6-1 Mavericks.
Got to scratch out a couple more runs every inning. Just not panic yet. We're not in panic mode, but definitely have to do some work.
Due up for the Raiders in the second. Designated hitter Brian Templeton, Trevor Bradley, and Colin Correjo.
My old high school coach, when I was playing for Denton High, he would always say in situations like this, we just need base runners. Just got to go up to the plate and get on base any way how. Find a way. Lean into a pitch, get put on base with an errors, anything. Just need base runners right now.
Right.
The other thing you can't do is give up outs on the base paths in situations like this. You can't be too aggressive.
I'm going to go back to a little bit of history here, and this has to do with my son, a former Raider, Timothy Francis. Coach Cochran would tell him, and Timmy was a southpaw, and he just had a very unique pitching style, and fastballs just tail away. He had a lot of movement. and he could get people to hit into easy ground outs and pop-ups.
Yeah.
And he was good at it. And Coach Cochran just told him, he said, Tim, let him hit the ball. Don't try to go up there to strike them out. Go out there to get outs. We need outs.
Need outs. Yep. Exactly. Contact pitcher, sounds like.
Right, and he was
contact.
extremely good. And he pitched many complete games throughout his career with less than 60 pitches.
Oh, that's great.
Pitch from Windesman misses or in for a strike. It looked like he was going to miss.
That looked up.
One strike to Brian Templeton. Windesman steps off for just a second. He's pitching from the windup. The 0-1 delivery. This is cut on and hit out towards center. Morin over, makes the catch, and that will do it for Templeton. That will bring up the number 6 hitter, 22, Trevor Bradley, the first baseman for the Raiders tonight. Colin Correjo on deck. One out with nobody on. The lefty deals, gets the outside corner. That's another one of those that might be just a little bit generous. But Hunt was a recipient of that back in the second. I'm not going to complain. Consistency is the order of the day. The 0-1 inside in the dirt for ball one.
I used to complain about umpires until I tried to be one, and forget it. Nope, that's not my job.
Right. I've seen several comics, and one of them is, hold on just 1 second, after the pitch is cut on and fouled off for strike two. But anyway, a fan is questioning the umpire's call, and the umpire says, oh, wait a minute, fan was right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's funny, some of those that come across. 1-2 pitch. That's cut on and fouled back out of play, and that'll remain 1-2. Trevor Bradley, a senior for the Raiders. The 1-2 from Windesman. This is cut on and hit foul. Starting to turn into a quality at bat. You want to see him work.
Yep.
He's doing work. The 1-2 from Windesman. This is cut on and hit foul over into the Raider dugout. You see the Raiders scatter.
Is that 3 or 4 fouls in a row? Let's say this is a quality at bat now, right?
All right. Here you go, kid.
Yep.
Standing at the fence so many times. Let's go, kid. The 1-2 pitch. That's down and away, and that'll even the count. 2-2. A pitch that bounces away from Banks. Correjo fielding 1,000 on his on-deck fielding percentage. The 2-2 pitch. This is cut on and hit right at the shortstop. Kubaney has it to throw over to first in time. That will go 6-3. And that will retire Bradley. And that will bring up Colin Correjo. Lucas Sparshu on deck. Nobody on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Your Rouse Raiders trailing this one by 5, 6-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Windesman goes into his windup, pitches into the dirt for ball one. One 1-0 pitch. That's upstairs for ball two. want to give a big old shout out to Mike Alepa, working all day up here, running the scoreboard and helping to run this LISD tournament and pitch in for strike. 2-1 the count to Correjo. Also want to give a shout out to Carl Schoening. So he got me a new computer and helped me to get things going. Him and Chuck Crazy. Pitch down and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Correjo. The 3-1 pitch. This one is hit out toward right center. Morin over and makes the catch. And that will do it for the Raiders as they go down in order in the second. No runs on no hits, nobody left on, no errors. After 2 complete, it's 6-1 McNeil. McNeil. James Hunt back on to pitch the third. Due up in the third for the Mavericks, Goins, Banks, and Vanoy.
Well, I didn't see this coming. I was expecting Rouse to put on a little bit of a show in the first inning. Four errors is uncharacteristic.
Well, these are the things that champions are made of, is when you can overcome adversity, and
yep,
they're facing adversity right now. You've made some mistakes, but you came back the second inning, you regrouped and played a solid inning, got some solid pitching from James Hunt. Didn't make any errors. Goins stands in as we get things started here in the third. He's 1 for 1 with a single. He eventually came around and scored. As he shows bunt, and he get rung out as he tried to kind of slash bunt his way down first.
Definitely attempted at the bunt, so that's a strike. Counts as a swing, right?
That's right. 0-1 the count to Goins. From the stretch, Hunt deals in the dirt, and gets away from Solomon, and that'll even the count up at 1. One ball, 1 strike to Goins. Hunt takes a long look. He comes set. He delivers swing and a miss for strike 2. He's got a deceiving high fastball that has really worked for him, as McNeil has chased those all night for him. Solomon gives a sign. The delivery curveball just misses inside, and I'll say just misses.
I thought that was going to hit him.
2-2. Pitch down low for ball 3, and Goins has worked the count full.
James needs to come right after him now. Can't lose him on 3 straight balls.
The payoff pitch, fastball cut on, and it's hit foul. Goins stays alive.
Unfortunately, the batter knows that he's got to come right after him too, so probably looking dead red.
Hunt takes his time. Payoff pitch. Fastball cut on and fouled back out of play.
Tenth pitch of the at-bat right now.
Pitch from Hunt. Payoff in the dirt for ball 4. And Hunt issues his first free pass of the night. Goins on board as the leadoff. Bunt laid down by Banks and goes foul, and Goins will make the return trip back to first. That will be 1 strike. Throw over to first, not in time. Nothing in 1, the count. The 0-1 pitch is down the middle for a strike. A throw to second in time. And Goins caught stealing for out number 1. Oh-2 count to the catcher, Garrett Banks. Nobody on with 1 out. Here in the top of the 3rd, McNeil leading this one 6-1, if you're just tuning in. This is popped up and playable. Solomon calls it, makes the catch, and that will retire Banks for out number 2. That'll bring up Vanoy. Vanoy 1 for 1 with a single. Caught stealing. Or no, not caught stealing. He stole a base and then was stranded. Banks picks up the sign. He's not happy with what he's seen. He takes a little long. He finally gets one he likes. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2, and he's gone back to that high fastball.
Yeah.
It really seems to work for him.
Really throwing an effective fastball there.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a changeup come right here. The 0-2, and there it was. Strike 3, and in a strange way, after giving up a walk, he retires the side in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 2.5, it's 6-1 Mavericks. Raiders really needing to get some offense going and climb back into this one. Going to the bottom of the 3rd. Again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm Michael Francis alongside Steve Kiddill to bring you Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports.
Isn't this great? I love high
I
school
love it.
baseball.
And we're sitting in the
It's-
catbird seat.
Friday night, I don't know that I want to be anywhere else. It's great.
Windesman back on to pitch the third for the Mavericks. Due up for the for the Raiders in the third. Sparshoe, Galloway, and Aleppa.
See if Sparshoe can lead us off here. Get a little bit of a spark going.
We can use all that we can get right now.
He's been swinging a rather hot bat lately, so.
From the windup, the pitch sails outside for ball one. Raider dugout starting to come alive with some chatter. Pitch from Windesman outside for ball two. Galloway on deck. The 2-0 pitch, fastball down the middle for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike to Lucas Sparshoe. Pitch sails wide for ball three. The 3-1. This is cut on, popped up out towards center. Morin over, makes the catch. And that will do it. For Sparshoe.
Got to start hitting the ball on the ground.
If you could put those on the ground,
Yeah.
you're good. You're going to get some big singles out of that. We've had several deep fly ball outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fly ball outs. Pitch to Galloway. Outside for ball one. Jake Aleppa on deck. The 1-0 pitch from Windesman. This is cut on and hit out towards center. Morin over. Makes the catch. For out number 2. 6 fly ball outs. Aleppa flew out to left his first time up. Pitch outside for ball one. He seems to be fairly consistent as he throws outside for his first pitch on the first 2 batters. The 1-0, that's down the middle but low for ball 2. Now Aleppa showing the patience
There we go. Yep.
that we're used to seeing. The 2-0 pitch, this is cut on and hit up the middle. That drops in to the glove of Ryan Morin.
He made all 3 outs.
For the third out. 3 fly balls, and this was a low line drive really to center for Jake Aleppa. But again, Wynn has been able to retire the side in order. 1, 2, 3, go the Raiders. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 3 complete, it's 6-1 McNeil here in Leander. James Hunt back on to pitch the 4th inning. As he was able to come in back in the first in relief of Jack Knight and stop the bleeding. One run scored while he was pitching, but that was the property of Jack Knight.
James, not only does he pitch, but he also catches, and he also plays a lot of the outfield too. He's a true utility player, the high school level. You don't see a whole lot of that after high school, pitching, catching, and the outfield.
Right.
But
Due up for the Mavericks in the fourth, Kubaney, Morin, and Bosick. Kubaney flew out to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Hunt from the stretch. Pitch high and inside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch is cut on and fouled back. That'll even the count at 1. One. Misses low for ball 2. Two balls, one strike. Pitch just misses as Kubaney laid off and head in the count 3-1. Hunt deals. Fastball gets the outside corner for strike 2, and he works the count back full. Kubaney thought he had drew the walk and slung his bat and was ready to trot down the first baseline. Payoff pitch coming from Hunt. Misses inside. And that'll give the free pass to Kubaney. And that will bring up the top of the order in Ryan Morin. Morin has reached on an error and struck out. 1 on with no outs here in the top of the fourth. As Morin shows bunt, a little hopper over to Colby Diaz and out of the glove of Ryan Galloway. And that was in the glove.
I have an E.
So you can't
E4 on that one. That's how I say. I don't know. I'm not the official scorer, and that there's a reason for it.
E4, and Morin hits into a fielder's choice. But the error as Morin picks up the throw to first in time from James Hunt, but looked like he was in danger of going into foul territory. Good effort by Trevor Bradley to keep that from happening. That will do it for Vosick. That will go 1-3 on the putout as McNeil has gone to small ball. Throw over to first will not be in time, and that will score Morin. And the wheels are starting to fall off in this inning here. Windesman with the RBI single. That will bring up number 24, the first baseman, Jackson Collins. Score now 8-1, McNeil. Pitch from Hunt. in for a ball. A throw down to second, wide of the bag, and that's going to be a stolen base. Can't fault Galloway with that one. Pitch in for a strike. One and one, the count to Collins. Wind up from Hunt. That misses low. For ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hunt comes set as Collins calls time, no pitch. The 2-1, curveball sails high for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch, that's cut on and hit out to left. That will score Windesman. Collins with a stand-up double. Three runs have scored in this inning. As Lance Bailius comes to plate, he's 0 for 2. Pitch fouled off for strike 1. Collins at second. Hunt delivers. This is high for ball 1. 1-1. Hunt comes set. The pitch. This is cut on and hit out towards center. Aleppo over, makes the catch, and that will retire Bailius. Jack Goins comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. And has scored once. Pitch down and away for ball 1.
He didn't give that outside corner that time. Just a little too far outside.
The 1-0 pitch from Hunt. This is cut on. This is hit out towards right, shallow right center. That's going to fall in for a hit, and that will score Collins. And the RBI single from Goins. Four runs have scored in this inning. 10-1 McNeil has Banks takes for ball 1. One on with 2 outs for Garrett Banks. This is cut on and sliced down the left field side, foul. sharply hit ball down that left field side. And McNeil has just dismantled the Raiders so far tonight, unfortunately. Banks calls time, and Goins will step back to the bag. Pitch sails high for ball 2. Two balls, one strike.
Oh, balk.
And Hunt called for a balk as he tipped his shoulder towards right to the first base side. And that's what happens on your, if you turn that shoulder the least little bit from the set position, the 2-1 pitch, that's in the dirt and gets away from Solomon, and that's going to let Goins steal third base. And the wheels have just fallen off.
Just got to stop the bleeding at some point. This is rough to watch a little bit.
Pitch in the dirt. For ball 3.
One pitch away.
Payoff pitch coming up. The 3-2 count to Banks. Pitch misses low for ball 4. And that will bring up Gavin Benoit. Runners on the corners for the Mavericks. Benoit 1 for 2. A strikeout and a single back in the first. Pitch from Hunt. It's upstairs for ball 1. Benoit, the 9th batter of the inning. The throw down to second in time, and that will retire the side as Banks was caught stealing. For out number 3, but the damage was done. Benoit will come back up in the next inning as he was at bat at that time. But McNeil puts up 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks. And 1 error. 1 left on. After 3.5, it's 10-1 McNeil. Chris Windesman back on to pitch the 4th for the Mavericks as he will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Keegan Solomon, Oscar Salazar, and Colby Diaz. The Rouse ever needed some offense generated, it is definitely right now.
Keegan has our only hit of the game so far, so.
Do have some activity going in the Raider bullpen. I can't make out a number.
I believe that's Jackson Warren, number 5.
Number 5, Jackson Warren getting loose in the Raider bullpen. The thing with baseball that you always see is ebb and flow. And today we're seeing a little ebb.
I was going to say we're seeing a lot of ebb. More ebb than flow.
I was trying to be nice. I know this has to be frustrating for Coach Crimpane. The pitch from Windesman, that gets the outside corner for strike 1. Solomon standing in. He has the Raiders' only hit of the night, as Steve mentioned earlier. Salazar on deck. The 0-1, that's cut on and hit over toward third. The throw over to first in time as Vosick to Collins. So that'll go 5-3. On the putout. That will bring up the left fielder, Oscar Salazar. Pitch from Windesman, that's in for a strike. Oh and 1 the count. Windesman from the windup. This is cut on, hit over to short. Kubaney has it, the throw over to first. In time as Collins digs it out. That will go 6-3. On the put out, and the Raiders jumping on early pitches from Windesman and really helping out his pitch count right now.
Yeah. McNeil seems to just be making the routine plays. Just
pitch in the dirt for Colby Diaz. Ball 1.
We've got some solid defense going. McNeil does. So
they're not doing anything really extravagant other than playing routine baseball and capitalizing on Raider mistakes. The 1-0, this is chopped on and hit over to third to Vosick. Vosick to Collins, and that will retire the side in order. 5-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on. After 4 complete, it's 10-1 McNeil. Not a whole lot of life that you're seeing from the Raiders right now. As they take the field.
Jackson Warren is actually taking the mound. We have a pitching change.
Jackson Warren, the senior, coming in relief of James Hunt.
Jackson has 3 pitches. He's got a lively fastball, curveball, and a slider. I guess he has 4 if you consider the 2-seam and 4-seam fastball, but typically I believe he stays with the 2-seam fastball to get a little more movement on the ball.
Warren, a tall pitcher.
Yeah, I think he runs 6'5", maybe 6'6".
Kind of reminiscent of Fisher Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Kingsbury, one of the seniors that graduated last year. Currently playing for UTSA, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct, yeah. I know I saw Dalton Porter and Jared Southard here last night.
Yeah.
Both of those guys are Longhorns now.
And then you mentioned that Blake Templeton was up here yesterday, and my other son, Seth, and graduated in 2018 from the program, was up here as well. So they took an alumni picture. And
oh, did they?
They did after the game last night.
Wow.
Vinoy stands in. He takes for ball one. Pitch inside to the backstop for ball two.
You know what they say, once a Raider, always a Raider.
Absolutely right. Proud to be so. The 2-0 pitch hits in the dirt for ball three, and Jackson desperately needing to find the strike zone. The 3-0 to Vinoy inside for a strike. As Vinoy thought that was ball four, and he was ready to take his base. Kubaney on deck for the Mavericks. The 3-1 pitch gets the outside corner, and
boy,
Warren climbs back in this. Both times Vinoy thought that he had gotten his free pass and had to turn around and come back.
I think he said an apology to the umpire there.
The payoff pitch cut on and fouled back out of play. So you can hear the McNeil dugout over there, little take from Finding Nemo.
Oh.
When they was stuck in the fish tank. The payoff pitch in for a called strike three as Vinoy caught looking on a low sinking fastball from Jackson Warren.
He may have found something here. Let's see how it goes.
It's only the second time of the night that the Raiders have been able to get the leadoff out. But the first one wasn't actually an out. He was caught stealing. Pitch to Kubaney, misses down and away. Kubaney is 0 for 1 with a pop out and a walk as he takes for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Sam Kubaney, the shortstop of the Mavericks.
There we go.
He takes again for strike one. Warren starting to get a little dialed in. The 2-1 pitch. This is cut on, fouled back out of play. That'll even the count up at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out with nobody on here in the top of the 5th. McNeil leading this one 10-1. This is cut on and just goes foul off the right field foul line. The count will remain even at 2. Mavericks have out-hit the Raiders tonight 8-1. But the biggest difference is what you see in that last column called errors. The Raiders have 5 of them.
Yeah.
And McNeil has none. 2-2 pitch down and away for ball 3, and Kubaney works it full. Warren steps off. And I'm glad there was nobody on base. He'd been called for a balk because he disengaged the wrong foot first. The payoff misses inside for ball 4.
We have a courtesy runner here. Number 22.
Yeah, I've lost
Not
I've lost their roster, so I don't know, or their lineup card. I think somebody came in and asked to see it, and they took it with them, wasn't it?
Is that?
Was it ours? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's on the floor, but
No, that's Reagan.
not sure who 22 is, and that one fouled off for strike 1.
Oh, it hit him.
Oh, it hit him?
Raiders are claiming that he swung, but the ball hit him. So he gets the free base.
Well, he determines it's really not worth arguing because all they have to do is score the runner at second, and this one will be over. And he lays down a bunt. The throw over to first is going to allow the runner to score, and that will do it, most likely.
I think
Well, no, they get to play their bottom half. That's right.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's an error. Who did that one? The catcher. So that was E2. Runners at second and third. Windesman pitch inside. Solomon keeps that one from getting by, and that'll even the count. 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two one. This is popped up. It's caught by Galloway. And that will do it for Windesman and the infield fly. I'm surprised they didn't. Well, nobody had to move, so it had an open base. No infield fly on that. So that was a pop up to second. Jackson Collins at the plate. Cuts on and fouls this one off for strike 1. Oh, 1. The breaking ball in for a strike. If he can get this last one here and get out of this inning, or this half inning. 0-2 the count to Jackson Collins. The pitch from Warren. Fastball in the dirt for for ball one. Good location for that. Warren comes set. He checks the runner at third, and he deals. Breaking ball in on the hands. Foul tip, and Collins stays alive. Oh, my goodness. He spins off to pick the runner off at second, throws it into center field. That will allow the runner to score. That is a huge E.
E1.
That holds Vosick at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Collins. 12-1 McNeil. Collins calls time. Warren steps off, and this goes back into the outfield. As the throw to Galloway was just up above his glove, it actually glanced off the top of his glove into center field. Fortunately, Jake Aleppa playing a little shallow. And that'll hold the runner at second. The 2-2 pitch. It's wide of the bag, or to the plate, for ball 3, and Collins has worked the count full. The payoff pitch, that's cut on and hit out to left. And that's going to fall in, go to the wall, as Salazar couldn't get to it. Collins with a double. And the guy has gone 4 for 4 on the night with 3 doubles and 1 single.
Have a game, man. Wow.
That guy has pulled more than just the hat trick. You know, with that, I guess we'll have to give him the sombrero.
Yeah, that's right.
He's so big.
We're getting a pinch hitter here.
If you're just tuning in, folks, it's a surprising score, 13-1, as the Mavericks have just taken it to the Raiders right out the gate. Raiders with critical errors on the night, as they have 7 errors so far, and you just can't really win a game when you make those kinds of errors, and that many of them.
Seven errors and 4 walks. Those are too many free passes, free bases right there.
Yep. Pinch hitter for Lance Bailius. I don't have a name, folks, as we lost the lineup card, or I actually think somebody came in to take a picture and they actually took it with them, as we can't find it anywhere here in the press box. Well, all I can tell you is it's number 12. Wild pitch will advance Collins to third. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. The 2-0 count. This is fouled off and out of play for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter. Jackson Collins standing at third. The 2-1 pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2. McNeil has scored 3 in this inning. That pitch hits the batter and puts him on base. And that'll put runners at the corners for the Mavericks, as Jack Goins will come to the plate. Goins is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. Pitch from Warren sails high for ball 1. Well, I can see by this scorecard and that some batting averages definitely improved for somebody tonight. The 1-0, that's in for a called strike. Yes, unfortunately. As Mike said, I assume you mean for the other team. Yes, 9 hits on the board. The 1-0 pitch from Warren. This is hit out to left. This will score Collins. And this is going to send the runner, actually they're going to hold him up at third. Goins with a double.
I think that was a mercy holdup.
The Mavericks have now scored 4 in this inning. And we'll bring up Garrett Banks. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Banks is 0 for 2 and a walk. The 0-1 delivery, down and away for ball 1. Even count. The 1-1. This is cut on and hit out to left over the head of Salazar. It's going to go to the fence. It's going to score 2 more runs. Raiders trail this one 16-1. The pitch down the middle for a strike, and so we're back to Vanoy. Batting the second time in this inning. The 0-1. Pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Vanoy caught looking his last at bat. He was way ahead in a 3-1 count and thought that he got ball 4 twice and had to make a return trip to the plate and then got caught looking. Pitch in for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Warren comes set. Checks the runner at second, and he deals. Swing and a miss, and that will finally do it for out number 3. But McNeil put 6 runs on the board with 2 hits. He had errors made. Hit by 2 batters hit by pitch. And that is about it. So they get
that was another rough inning.
6 runs on 2 hits, an error, hit by pitch, wild pitches.
It's the formula for not winning. So the Raiders have to score. What do they have to score? They have
Raiders
to
got
score
to
6
score
runs.
6. Let's see.
Yeah, they have to score 6.
No, actually, I think they got to score 7, right? No, 6 runs. Yeah, that'll make it 7. So it's 10 after 6 or 10 after 5.
10 after 5, yeah.
But we may be bumping up against the clock. We still got time. We got 20 minutes left.
About 20 minutes, right?
In this game. It's a 2-hour time limit. But I guess from what we saw on the field, he didn't see a whole lot of effort.
No.
Out in the outfield going after balls. And
balls were hit pretty hard as well, so.
They were,
That's rough.
but you didn't see anybody getting on their horse.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Brian Templeton takes for strike 1. Templeton, Bradley, and Correjo due up in this inning with Templeton at the plate right now. This is hit down to third. Vosick bobbles it. Templeton does not make it in time, and Vosick recovers well to get the out. 5-3 on the putout.
They continue to make the routine plays right there. It's just a same beat of the same drum, right?
That will bring up the first baseman, number 22, Trevor Bradley. Pitch from Windesman. And gets by the catcher and actually gets the umpire in the chest, but he glanced off because he turned. He's got some cat-like reflexes right there. Ball 1 to Bradley.
Another reason why I'm not an umpire.
Yeah, right? I've stood back behind him and I've taken some shots. My umpiring days were short. Pitch misses wide and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Trevor Bradley. Windesman from the windup. He deals, gets the top of the zone for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Pitch gets the outside or inside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Trevor Bradley. Raiders have just been unable to find an answer tonight. The 2-2 misses outside for ball 3, and the count goes full. And you look at the Rouse side of the scorecard, it looks rather anemic.
Yeah. One
Pitch
hit.
cut on and hit out of play over into the bullpen.
One hit will make your scorecard look that way. That's
Raiders' only hit of the night came from Keegan Solomon back in the first with a double. Payoff pitch misses for ball 4. Raiders have a base runner, and it's the first time since the first inning that the Raiders have had a runner on.
we have a pinch
And that
hitter.
was the double by Keegan Solomon.
we've got a pinch hitter up. Sam Walsh is up. I'm not quite sure who he's batting for.
He would be batting for Correjo.
Okay.
Walsh takes for strike one. He takes for ball one. That'll even the count up, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sam Walsh. Pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2. One and 2 the count to Walsh. 1 on with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Raiders trailing 16-1. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for Walsh. Raiders down to their final out as Lucas Sparshoe comes to the plate. Windesman looks over at first. He comes home, gets that outside corner for strike 1. Pitch inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Sparshoe. Bradley at first. Pitch from Windesman, a swing and a miss for strike 2. Raiders down to their final strike. The 2-1. That sails high for ball 2, and that'll even the count up at 2. Raiders will be back on tomorrow at 12:30. We will be facing the Killeen Kangaroos, and that will be live on SHN Sports, so be sure to tune in. Windesman deals. This one's fouled back out of play, and Sparshoe stays alive. As you can hear it hitting the stands. Two balls, 2 strikes to Sparshoe. Windesman from the stretch. Foul tip. And Sparshoe just gets a piece of it.
Just stayed alive right there. Live to see another pitch.
Windesman has gone the complete way for the Mavericks tonight. As he picks up the win. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Ball game. As Sparshoe strikes out swinging, and the game has come to an end. As the Raiders were outscored by 15 runs and run ruled in the 5th. And mercifully, it's come to an end. Unfortunately, the Raiders did not have their best stuff tonight.
No.
They struggled on the mound. They struggled at the plate. They struggled in the field. Every phase of the game, the Raiders were struggling.
Yeah, it was painful to watch, and you know, we'll be back at it tomorrow, 12:30 against Killeen. Hopefully, we can right the ship and then start our district season. Just had a tough day today.
Yeah, when you make 8 errors, and the Raiders had 8 errors in the game, and run into a hitting buzzsaw, and maybe they weren't so much great hitters as it was that your pitching was just was not on, and it was more like you were throwing batting practice than really able to get some good quality pitching in.
I know Coach Krempine is going to be very disappointed with the performance today. He just has a few things to correct, and hopefully we can right the ship again, get moving forward tomorrow.
Raiders give up 16 runs on 11 hits, 7 or 8 errors. Raiders score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Raiders left only 1 runner on base, and that was Trevor Bradley in that last inning.
Wow.
Look over at the other scorecard, and it looks like McNeil only stranded 1, 2, 3. They only stranded 3 runners throughout the entire game, and it's tough. You make some throwing errors that allow people to score and do the damage that was done tonight. And
Yep.
But anyway, they'll pick up another chance tomorrow versus Killeen, and Raiders drop to 12-2 on the season as they dropped 2 today, earlier in the day, to College Station, 11-5, and then dropped this one to McNeil, 16-1. And on the day, it's Raiders gave up 27 runs and only scoring 6 on the day, which has been so unlike the Raiders.
Got to do better than that. Yeah, it's just a strange. That's an anomaly right now.
Well, you got to regroup. You got to put it behind you. It's baseball.
Yeah.
You know, this one's done. You can't do anything about it.
Yep.
So you got to go on to the next. Put this one behind you and go on. It's going to hurt for a little bit.
Yep.
But you got tomorrow and you got district play. So ultimately, these games don't really matter.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice to look at the state rankings and see all that and be ranked second in the state. That looks really nice. But at the end of the day, those things don't really matter till you get into district play.
Doesn't matter.
And beyond.
Yep. District play is everything. District play is everything. So
we want to thank you for tuning in and listening to or watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. Tune in with us tomorrow at 12:30 as we will be taking on the Killeen Kangaroos. For Steve Kithill and myself, Michael Francis, we thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.